What is going on, everybody? Happy Sunday. This is Sam Tama Runs, and I am just going to update you guys on week number 4 of nursing school. As you can see, I survived, so I'm here, and I'm just going to let you know how the week went. We had 3 tests this week, or last week, and it was for my health assessment class, it was for my psych and mental health, and it was for, the dreaded Pathofarm. But I survived, we survived, the whole class survived, and we all passed with passing grades, and that's really what matters, the fact that, we're all passing together as a class. So, one of my biggest advice I've learned from this week was one, don't underestimate your classes that seem easy, because out of those 3 tests, Path to the Farm for sure is the hardest one, and a lot of us was like, thought health assessment wouldn't be that hard, but oh my goodness, I thought that was the hardest test because of the fact that our professor, she's just so enthusiastic and she makes the class seem fun even though it's really dry. And the test was actually really hard. But on the bright side, I passed, so can't complain. Anyways, the one thing I learned, at least during the weekend building up to this week for these 3 exams, is that, my biggest advice I would give to, high school kids, college kids, or even nursing students is, please, I know that you guys may be self-studiers or self-learners, but study for your classmates. It's gonna help. It doesn't matter if it's a group of 2, 3, or 10. It depends on how you work, but just study in a group, because first and foremost, it's not that studying with them will help you, which it should, but it's the fact that you're going to be with these students for 1, 2, 3 years, depending on your program, and they're going to be your friends. They're going to be people you could talk to about your problems and your struggles with classes, and they're going to be a resource for you. So definitely study with your classmates. They're going to be your best resource for everything. And so what I did for Pathofarm, I learned from the previous test, it was more memorization based. So I was able to just regurgitate all the stuff that I learned. But for this test, it was definitely a lot harder in the sense that we had to learn about 50 medications for blood pressure, for controlling pain. We had immunosuppressants. There were glucocorticoids and anti-gout drugs. So there were just too much meds for me to translate from my professor's slides to a study guide. I realized when I was making my study guide on Microsoft Word that I told myself it's going to be too hard to just memorize these from scrolling down. I need to see it visually. I definitely I'm a more visual learner, so being able to see it and really talk it out, especially for this section of Pathofarm, was really beneficial. So what I did was so this was my webs that I made. I made one for like my analgesics, and then I did one for like glucocorticoids, controlling my blood pressure, and immunosuppressants. And that was definitely super useful because it allowed me to visually see all the meds, the problem that I'm trying to take care of. And so that definitely helped to facilitate my learning. But what really brought it to the next level was when I studied with my 2 friends, Kevin and Kayla. Shout out to you guys. What we did was we basically stayed after class at 2. We got a room, and there was a few whiteboards, and we just drew out my web from memory. We all just tried to draw out what we remembered. Say, for example, hey, how can he control blood pressure? And then Kevin would go up there, write down everything he would know, and then Kayla would chime in and, give her 2 cents on what she thinks is also up there. And then I would also chime in and try to facilitate the discussion. And that was definitely useful, and it really helped us to really stick all those information to our awesome little brain. So definitely for all you students, if you're learning Pathofarm, definitely do these webs, study for your friends, and just do that. Just use a whiteboard and draw out what you remember and try to facilitate the discussion, because it definitely was useful. The next update besides those three tests was that I signed up for my first 5K. I told you guys on this channel that I am still gonna try my best to run and really capture my running journey on top of my nursing school journey, and that's what I did. So I signed up for my first 5K, and it will be the Davis Stampede in Davis. The funny thing is that I went to Davis for 5 years and I never ran that event. So I was like, this is the year that I make a change. So I signed up for the Davis Stampede. I'm running the 5K. It's going to be on February 24th, so I'm super excited. I'm trying to PR. I want to do at least a sub 19 minute 5K. That's the goal. And I'm really excited because when I first started running last year, my first time that I got for my 5K, which was April of last year, was about a 23-minute 5K. And most recently, during January, New Year's, I ran a 5K with a few of my friends from the Porterville running group, and I did a sub 20-minute 5K, so I was really happy for that. But my ultimate goal is to be able to run a 15-minute 5K, so I gotta get those times down. And I'm really happy. My training has been going really well. I've been doing tempo runs every week. I've been doing about 2 tempo runs, and every Sundays I go out and hit the track at McClatchy Field. So if anybody wants to run with me, you are more than welcome. McClatchy Field in Sacramento. It's downtown Sac. That's where I do all my 400-meter repeats and 800-meter repeats. So I'm definitely looking forward to trying my best to PR on this run and making sure that I can still stay in the top 20. Top 10 is pushing it, but I mean, you gotta dream big, right? So yeah, that was another update. I signed up for my first 5K, my first run, and I can't wait to document that and put it on my Facebook page, YouTube, and Instagram so that you guys can all see it. And next thing is that it's clinicals next week. Like, finally, 3 weeks into school and all that information that we've been learning as students, we will finally be able to go out there as young grasshoppers and really apply our learning to real life situations. And so I'm definitely excited, kind of nervous, given the fact that it's going to be our first opportunity to really converse in a professional atmosphere and really see what we've learned. It's going to be great. Will be having my rotations at Sutter Hospital, and it will be in the psych and mental health department. So I'm really excited about that. Can't wait to work with all my colleagues and just really get to know all the nurses, physicians, and really learn from the patients and learn how to treat them and how to communicate with them with the utmost respect and really understanding them culturally, because that's one of the most important parts that we as healthcare professionals have to do, is that we have to be able to not only be knowledgeable, but also have to be culturally competent in order to provide the best care and service to our patients. So looking forward to that. I cannot wait. My shifts will be on Saturdays, and it's going to be 6 to 3-ish. So goodbye Saturdays. I will no longer have Saturdays for myself. No more Netflix, unfortunately, but definitely looking forward to it. And big advice for any students, if you do have an opportunity to, really choose your clinical times, I would suggest doing the weekends, especially on a Saturday, because, these nursing programs are very accelerated and it's very stressful, and, you don't want to have that on the back of your mind when you have like 3 exams that, oh man, I have clinicals on Thursday night or something. So looking forward to my clinicals next week. The next update that we have is on Friday. That was our last test for PathoPharm. We had happy hour again, so it was amazing. The turnout was a little bit smaller than our first one, but all in all, it was still amazing. We had a lot of people come out too. And a big shout out to Janelle. Thank you so much. She's one of my classmates in the ELMS program. And, she's been the one that's really been facilitating all these happy hour events. So much thanks and much appreciation for her. She's been, doing her best to really find places for us to check out in downtown Sac or throughout Sac. And, you're awesome, Janelle. But let's see, what did we do? So we went to downtown Sac to this place called the Coin Op, and it was actually really awesome. And the cool thing is that Kevin, my buddy, told me that every Sundays at the Coin Op, it's actually you can play free games at this place. So I mean, if you want to play free games, go on at the Sunday of every month. And the cool thing was the Coin Op. It has a bunch of retro games. There's a bar there, and they had like some mini basketball games. So I love mini basketball games. I used to think that I was really good. Unfortunately, I'm not that great, or that's what I found out yesterday. I played with my bro Kevin, and he destroyed me 48-20. It was not even close. So, dang you, Kevin. But the worst part was that I got hustled by Joanna. Joanna straight up hustled me. I saw that she was playing with Janelle, and she got about 20 points. So I was like, hey, Joanna, let's play against each other to see who is the better, worst player. And of course, when we play against each other, she ends up getting over 40 points. And so she destroys me too. And I just had that walk of shame when everybody saw me walking and that I lost. But I mean, it was really fun. After that, we hit up the dive bar. It was also in downtown Sac. And the one cool thing about that place is that supposedly they have mermaids in this little aquarium on top of their bar. And it's basically their workers who dress up as mermaids, and they just kind of swim around up there while you're, buzz and drinking your cranberry vodka or your gin and tonic, Mary. So, I mean, unfortunately, we were there a little early, so the mermaids weren't out yet, but we still had a really great time just really talking with everybody, having our drinks, and it was a really casual atmosphere. And after the dive bar, we did karaoke, so that was super fun. Just really seeing everybody sing their hearts out was a really amazing experience. Megan was dancing, Kevin was DJing, Yeti was Yeti was singing like crazy, and we had a great time. It was awesome. We sang Backstreet Boys, we did like Disney songs, just you name it. It was a really fun experience. And I mean, my goal is, since I found out that I got voted the unanimous class rep, is that I would love to have all 50 of us, Elm students to really go to these happy hour events together. I think it would be awesome to have a group of 40 plus people just having a great time, getting to know each other, and we could even just go do a 5K. I would love to do that. But I mean, definitely looking forward to seeing more and more of the Elm students come out for these happy hour events, because it really allows us to get to know each other better. And we've already had a stressful week, so let's de-stress and let's vent out our angers and have fun together, right? But yeah, the next and final update is that a while back I got an email about applying for the President's Ambassador program at my school. And so I was like, you know what? I read up on it, and it seemed like it was a really great opportunity because, students that get accepted into this program have an opportunity to really go out and work in their communities, network with other healthcare professionals, by hosting workshops and, doing volunteer stuff. And I love that kind of stuff. So I was like, you know what, let's just apply for it. So I did, and I found out last night that I got accepted into the program. So I'm really excited, super blessed, #thankful. And, I'm going to go to school tomorrow. I'm going to sign all the paperwork, and then I'm going to let them know that I formally accepted. And what's the best part? I get free shirts, and I love free shirts. So I can't wait to get my free embroidered, student ambassador polo or a shirt or whatever. I love hoodies too, so can't wait to rep that at all the events that I'll be participating in. And yeah, I mean, that was week 4. In a nutshell, it was a long week, but it went by fast. And I feel like these 4 weeks now have just like flew by. I can't believe it. It seemed long, and as long as like the saying goes, if you're in nursing school or any professional program, take it day by day, week by week, and the next thing you know it, you might just be done. And so, I mean, I survived, we survived, week 4 checked off, and you know what? I'm really looking forward to week 5. I will update you guys next week on that, but I mean, I'm gonna have 3 more exams. It's gonna be for transitions to nursing. I'm gonna have my med pass and med calc and vital signs test in the lab. We're gonna have another pathoform test, and then clinicals will begin. So I will update you guys all on that for my next week's vlog. But yeah, until then, I mean, if you guys have any questions, about anything, about nursing school, about my runs that I do, or even just, dieting or food, running, any questions in general, just put a comment down there, and I will try my best to answer to you guys. I mean, that's really what this vlog is here for. It's one to really, if you guys are bored, you can have something to watch. But if you really need help, or you need some advice or opinion, I would love to help you guys out in any way possible. And until then, guys, Sam Tama runs out. All right, peace out, A-Town, guys.